Dan Schneider, was he really a good man? Or is he the creep that we're learning about? Hello everybody, it's me, Dee Sparta. Welcome to my channel. How are you all doing, my friends? I love you all. I appreciate y'all. My goodness, I have a bunch of new subscribers. Hello, welcome. I hope you enjoy these videos. Yesterday, I put in a poll going, hey, what do you guys want me to do next? And, well, it seems that what y'all wanted me to do next was Dan Schneider, who was a TV producer for many, many shows on Nickelodeon. So before we get into that, I just want to remind everyone, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when my videos come up. I really do appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you guys all voting, everybody going on my community page and voting on the poll. So this morning I've been feeling like I needed to address this Dan Schneider stuff. And then I saw all the votes, so here we are. I'm a little nervous. Yes, I am. Because I just don't get a good feeling about him at all. I really don't. Some of you may are newer to the channel, so you don't realize, right now I live up in the Pacific Northwest, but I'm actually from Los Angeles, California. I lived there for over half my life. I was completely surrounded by everybody in the entertainment business, singing, acting, dancing, and I chose not to pursue the career in entertainment because I saw what was happening to those around me that I cared about. It wasn't the life for me. No. So what we're going to talk about is Nickelodeon had just great shows, very popular shows, and a lot of them were produced by Dan Schneider. Some of these TV shows, I'm a little older, so they weren't around when I'm 50 years old, so it was more like my kids watched, like my oldest watched iCarly, and they, really liked the show. And I have to admit, my wife and I were talking about this. We would watch it sometimes, and there'd be certain scenes we would just be like, what? Are we misunderstanding this? Because it came across very creepy. Almost like, it's like, I'm not trying to sexualize these kids, but what is he having? What are they doing? This doesn't look right. And now with this new understanding and people coming up and speaking out about their experiences with Dan Schneider working with Nickelodeon, I'm not surprised. It makes a lot of sense now. So yeah, he done shows such as first he was an actor. And I remember when he was in the show Head of the Class, he was supposed to be like the class clown. He was kind of an annoying character. I'll just put it that way. But anyway, when he got into Nickelodeon, he did the show All That, Ken and Kel, Guys Like Us, The Amanda Show, which was Amanda Bynes. And we've seen what has happened through her life. She's in the middle of a conservatorship, and she has struggled a lot. And it hurts to find out, what she probably went through with Dan Schneider. There is the show What I Like About You, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101 with, Jamie Lynn Spears, iCarly. And one of the stars of iCarly, Jeanette, she has come out recently, and even with a book, I'm Glad My Mother's Dead or My Mom's Dead, and talks about her experiences while filming iCarly and her mom, the abuse that she went through. He also did the show Victorious, Sam and Cat, Henry Danger, Game Shakers, the Adventures of Kid Danger, Danger Force. Well, Danger Force, he's only being credited as a co-creator. He's not getting anything else out of it because he was fired in 2018. Nickelodeon just abruptly let him go. They were like, yeah, we wish him well, and he's been quiet for a few years now. And now Dan Schneider's coming out, and he's trying to get back into the business, and people are like, hold it. Now, some people were thinking he was released because during round 2018 was the Me Too movement, and that was shaking things up. It was bringing to light the darkness in the entertainment business, and the misogyny and the abuse. It's disturbing what has come out, and to realize that children were being affected like this. Dan was allegedly very hot-tempered, very hostile, unrealistic expectations, and it has caused some problems, and it caused a lot of problems for the children on the set. Him expecting people to work 16 to 20 hours a day. There's loopholes. Even though there's restrictions on what you can do or not do with kids, they find the loopholes to make them work. It's sad, but I saw it happening even with my own eyes back when I was a kid and a teenager. So I want to get into this. I'll get into a little bit more detail. I'm not going to go as deep dive as I usually do because there is a lot of other channels out there who are covering Dan Schneider. And with Jeanette's book out, I really want to encourage you guys to look into this. But if you want to hear more, stick around. If you want to just jump on ahead to the tarot reading, you can learn a little bit. We could go there. You can do the reading and back, whichever. It's up to you. I just include the chapter links. And yeah, let's get into this. Oh me, oh my. Well, thank you for sticking around, my friend. I really appreciate you. Wow. Dan Schneider. There's a lot of allegations right now floating around about him. And originally, when Nickelodeon parted ways in 2018, it was just pretty much wish him well. Apparently, Nickelodeon is now saying, well, we did an investigation because we'd heard that we'd gotten some emails and some complaints about him being abusive in his temperament and things that he was emailing to people. And so we had to part ways. It doesn't cover into other things that we are learning more and more from these young people who were filmed. It's disturbing as I get into it. Now I mentioned I said Kenan and Kel, and it's Keenan and Kel. Please forgive me, but even some of the actors from that show have spoken up. Some from Zoe 101 and iCarly and Victorious, they're coming out and saying, hey, we were under some pretty intense things. And Dan Schneider also, he used his Twitter account, and he had a YouTube channel, and then so did some of the other, the actors, where they would put little skits and sketches up. And if you ever saw some of these, they're questionable. There was a lot of focus on feet. Weird things like putting ketchup on someone's feet and these tweets. It's cringe. And as an adult, you look at this going, yeah, that's not appropriate behavior. Now, people who worked on Schneider's shows, a lot of them are coming forward and they're remaining anonymous because they're afraid of what he'll do to them, when he'll come back. People thought he was just a little too chummy with the young actors. because it was a little awkward and odd for this powerful showrunner, middle-aged man, to pal around. Now, some said because he was so close to them and chummy is how he was able to write such great shows for kids. But people noticed that it crossed the boundaries outside of being on set to texting these child actors about silly things on the internet and just, going beyond what is considered acceptable and normal. Some have described him as a workaholic. He tended to yell a lot. When it came to writers, also, he expected them to work on the weekends at his home. He'd be like, you got to come over here and we're going to work. He expected people to pull 16 to 20 hour days. Now, here's something I'm going to go into that one of the writers said, Gradestein. I'll always be grateful to Dan for a chance on me as a rash young writer fresh out of college, and for all I learned over the next 6 years. This is Arthur Gradstein speaking, and he was a writer and producer for about 4 shows that he worked with Schneider. And he goes on to say, much of my experience with him was a blast. He could be generous and validating, and it is exciting to be around his talent and passion for creating entertainment. Then Arthur goes in and kind of gets a little of this, but he was also unreasonably demanding, controlling, belittling, and vindictive, with a willful disregard for boundaries or workplace appropriateness. Now, Lauren Levine, a former Nickelodeon executive who worked with him, says this: I know some people say he's tough. To me, it was never tough for tough's sake. He has a vision and wants to make it happen. That's bad, if you ask me personally. And she goes on to say, it was never ego in my experience. It was always what serves the show. So she's thinking, okay, it's okay for someone to be a complete jackass asshole as long as, because they got this brilliant vision and we got to make it happen. Can I just say something? No, that's not acceptable. And someone who says stuff like that is gaslighting the victims. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay, folks? Ugh. Now, Schneider says that he was never harsh or entitled. People talk about how there was a bathroom next to the other bathrooms that was just for him. And I was like, well, whatever, But people were saying it became an issue. He's like, I let other people use this bathroom. It wasn't just me. Okay. Not sure what. I really wonder on the set about this bathroom situation. It's like, it was weird. Some people said, oh, it must just be a joke that, this extra bathroom was set aside for him. I don't know. Dan Schneider seems to be really good at gaslighting things. He goes on, this is what he says. If my email sounded frustrated or impatient, it's because it was early on in my career as a producer, and I was just trying to make my shows a success. And then he goes on to say, over the years I've grown and matured as a producer and leader. I'm sure I'm better and more gentle at communicating today. And that's not even what people... No, sorry, sir. Yes, still the jackass. And he's gaslighting, trying to say, just my young inexperience. That gives me right to being that jerk. What he did to Jeanette McCurdy, Amanda Bynes, Ariana Grande, just to name a few, is cringe. It's awful. He used to encourage drinking on the set. He would complain to one show, hey, you're not as fun as the others because they'll get drunk, they'll drink with me, and we'll do things. Why won't you do any of that? That's like, mm-mm. Now, the other kinds of abuse where people are talking about his inappropriate touching, asking for massages and such, Nickelodeon's investigation is like, well, we didn't find any evidence of that. Yeah, I'm sure they didn't. Just recently, Alexa Nicholas, who played Nicole on Zoe 101, which is the show Dan created. Now, recently they've been outside protesting Nickelodeon headquarters. She had a sign that said, Nickelodeon didn't protect me. She has talked about a lot of trauma that she went through on the Zoe 101 set. And more people are coming forward. Daniela Monet, she played Trina on Nickelodeon's show Victorious. Now, allegedly, she says Schneider and its mostly male crew of writers created unnecessarily sexualized content for its teenage female actors to perform. And if you go back to the YouTube sketches and you go to his tweets going on about him, that content, a lot of weird foot fetish stuff, a lot of holding things and squeezing, doing stuff with a pickle or a potato and trying to say, oh, see, it's just so funny and cute. No, that was not catering to kids to think, oh, laughing. That was cringe. They were sexualizing these young girls. In fact, Monet says there was a scene in which she was to eat a pickle with one hand and apply lip gloss with the other. And she was over 18 when this was done, and she was like, you know what? She went to Nickelodeon and was like, please, don't air that. She really thought it was just too sexual and did not want this to be posted. They refused her, and they went ahead and aired it anyway. So Nickelodeon obviously did not care about what was going on with the kids. It was just like, please, Dan, because he's making us money. Monet also went on to talk about Schneider's involvement with female actors and the wardrobe and what he wanted them to wear, which often was considered not age appropriate. Very skimpy clothes, short skirts, too short. One time Nickelodeon was like, hey, you know what? That skirt is too short. And he got in an argument with them about a skirt that Victoria Justice was wearing. He also, especially from Nicholas's experience on Zoe 101, she alleges that it was very common on that set for the teenage female actors to sit on Dan's lap. He's not Santa Claus, folks. That's not appropriate. And she goes on to share about this weird memory. It's just this weird situation that happened on set with Jamie Lynn Spears' character, Zoe. She gets squirted with some sort of goo. And it's recalled that Schneider and others laughing. And one of her co-stars saying, it's like a cum shot. That's not very appropriate with kids. Nicholas also says that at the age of 13, after having an argument with her co-star Spears, she was asked to join Schneider and other Nickelodeon executives for a meeting. And Schneider allegedly screams at her and told her the show is not called Nicole 101, it's called Zoe 101. He just, that's shitty. Now, here is a writer, Kayla Alpert. She's going to talk, she recalls this moment. We're going to see how misogynistic this guy really is, Because she recalls Schneider telling her women weren't funny and asked her to name one funny woman. Now, a different writer reveals that he rarely hired women because he didn't like having female writers in the writer's room. That's sketch. Someone close to Schneider, now someone, we don't know who the someone is like, oh, no. I know Schneider is a big fan of Tina Fey and Lucille Ball and thinks Ariana Grande is one of the funniest actors he's ever worked with. This is someone, this is like, hey, I got a friend here who's gay or who's black. See, I can't be racist or homophobic. Please. Call that bullshit. Now, one of the writers on The Amanda Show, Jenny Kilgan, she says there was a lot of gender discrimination, and it was creating a hostile work environment. Schneider would ask often of her for massages, and they would ask her to perform embarrassing activities for money to massage his shoulders. Now, she's a writer, and he was doing this to her, but not to the male colleagues. He also said that he pressured her into simulating being, I'll go ahead and say this word, please, warning, sodomized while she was telling a story about high school. This man is sick. Allegedly. Some others on the Nickelodeon crew have come forward and saying how Schneider would hug female crew members and he would hold them for an extended period of time, not let him go, and it was always as a joke that he wouldn't let him go. Ha ha ha, I got you now. And another coworker was saying that Schneider asked the girls to reach under his shirt to massage him when he was holding them in that hug. That was just a joke. Now, someone close to Schneider, see, Schneider's not actually coming out and saying much about anything, but this other person who's close to him is like, oh, Dan knows what he did was inappropriate, and he regrets asking girls to do anything like that, massage him or anything, I don't know, folks, but that's awful. There is a whole lot that happened behind the scenes. And it's bothersome. It really is. And he's trying to get back into show business, producing shows and bringing shows up. I hope more and more things come to light. This guy belongs. I think he's crossed lines of any kind of human decency. Let's just get into the tarot reading. We'll just get into that. My throat's closed. I'm going to have to get a lozenge. I'll see you there. Hi, everybody. Well, let's get into the tarot reading. I am listening to music and I have the sound around me blocked out. This helps me with my channeling. And we're going to get into this reading, folks. Oh boy, this is gonna, ooh. I didn't get into the astrology in the middle part, but I do want you to know that I did look up and was kind of looking at his birth chart. Dan Schneider's sun sign is a Capricorn. His moon sign is Scorpio. Not positive about his rising, but it could be Taurus. And that's a lot of career, a lot of... I could see Scorpio having a very bad... The moon sign, hot-tempered, which he's allegedly accused of. Sorry, I have a lozenge in my mouth. Remember that these readings are all alleged. And this is for entertainment. And I'm doing this sincerely because I really care about these young adults. And the children right now who are child actors and what they're going through. There needs to be change. There needs to be help. Adults taking advantage of children and making money off of them. It's a dark, dark world. So let's get into this now. Whew. All right. Let's see here. How did you get away with all this for so long? Okay. This little card here. I was like, how did he get away with this for so long? And I pull out the Four of Pentacles. You know what this card means? It's greed. Well, now we got that cleared up. This is just, yeah, we just, oops, I knocked down stuff, sorry. Wow, it's all about the money. That's why Nickelodeon kept him. Oh, this card flew out at me. The Five of Wands. Five usually means there's some kind of conflict. Competition. Definitely. Yeah, that's interesting. Very competitive. I think they were very competitive possibly with the Disney Channel and Cartoon Network or whatever, Let's see here. Oh. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. And it's reversed. Now, usually, like, the Knight of Swords is a very, impulsive. But this is just having zero. He gives zero fucks, man. He just didn't believe he would get any consequences. He could just keep going, and there was... He just disregard for any kind of humanity, These are humans and people have feelings. It's nope. And even if what he was doing was considered, illegal, illicit, it was like, didn't matter. He's not going to get caught. He's not going to get any trouble because of all the money, and he's bringing in the money during this competitive time. Here is the Fool upside down. Often the Fool, this was the beginning of it, the adventure, a beginning of stuff, and we have the Fool here. It's an air sign, it's mask energy, but this is reckless being used. And naivety, children, people were so naive that it was just, the kids were being used. This is definitely, Dan was part of this Nickelodeon. Some execs there. All were part of all this. It was on purpose. Wow. Now, this is the Lover's card, and it is reversed. For me, over these conflicts, there was like, this is once again conflict, indecision, the ending of stuff, breaking, firing. And it's over the card with the conflict. So it's like, okay, he was constantly fighting. It's like, you will bleep bleep listen to me because I'm bleep bleep. I know what I'm doing. We're making the money. So just shut them and do it. That's what I'm getting. And here's the Three of Cups. And this is reversed. Usually the Three of Cups means, oh, happiness and everyone's working together. No, this is trying to isolate the kids, intimidating them to keep their mouths shut. There's also gossip. And it's like, people could say all this stuff about me, but it's just going to be regarded as gossip and just little kids. The Ace of Pentacles reversed, folks. I can't make this up, man. This is over the greed. Okay, so Nickelodeon knew full well what Dan was doing was bad. Okay. They knew if it came out, it would make them bad, look bad. This investing in him is considered a bad investment, but it was one that they would turn the other way on. This was happening to the kids, and people didn't want to say anything because too many jobs were on the line. You know, cast, crew, writers, producers. Yeah, it's all about this. Nine of Cups. This is manifesting what you want. And that goes over all the conflict. So just because you manifest something doesn't mean it's good for you. Okay? Or you are not, like forcing others into things. I am seeing a really bad scene here in my mind, and I'm just kind of off. Pentacles, 8 reverse. Now, usually, like the 8 of Pentacles, that's like, that's an apprenticeship. But this is the opposite. This is, well, this is, I'm picking up on an actress just feeling just not inspired. Being yelled at that she doesn't have the motivation or passion for work and she's worthless. This girl is blonde. I didn't watch a lot of the shows, but she is being torn apart. Dan's your mentor. Listen to him. He look at all the success. We're making money. I think I'm getting Jeanette McCurdy. I think I'm really I think this is her. Here is the Cup of Page. The Page of Cups. The Cup of Pages. This is somebody. There's a lot of a dreamer. She wanted to please everyone. Wanted to do right, and really she's very sensitive. Ooh. We have the Hangman. And this is a martyr. Okay, so Nickelodeon knew all along what Dan had been doing. So what I see here is, oh shit. In 2018, with the Me Too movement coming out, we better be proactive and just part ways with Dan. So it looks like we're doing something. It was just a, I mean, they gave him $7 million and let him go. He's a criminal. I think that was like hush money almost. Dan and Nickelodeon, they're trying to silence the kids. They wanted him to go away. Here's the chariot reversed. There was a lot of fear of what to do. They didn't know what direction to take. They knew that things were going to come out about Dan, and they couldn't continue kowtowing to him, listening to him. They were afraid of losing a lot of money. That just really irks me. That, I'm seeing like someone going to somebody in Nickelodeon for help, trying to let them know what's happening to these kids. Hey, we gotta do something. And the person's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right, I'll do something. And then turn around and go, okay, we gotta shut them up because this is going on. It was like a underhandedness. Trying to make people feel like, yeah, I'm listening and we care. Yeah, here's the 4 of Cups reversed. This is the sudden awareness of, oh shit. The 7 of Pentacles. Right, uprighted. They're just persevering. These are the young people persevering. They're like, you are not going to take away my happiness. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm not going to let you take this away from me anymore. I think that's the protesting. That's what I'm seeing. Here's the 7 of Cups. And you see all this reflecting. It's like making choices, and the choice to protest and to speak up. It's like there just needs to be an overhaul in the executives of Nickelodeon, because here's a breakup. 3 of Swords. There's been so much suffering at the hands of these executives. I think it's going to be a breakup. If some of them have not left yet, those who have left, you're not going to get away with this. There's going to be justice. I just pulled that justice card up, man. That is like crazy. Oh, justice is going to come forth. I do see the kids. There might be some monetary rewards given to them because of what they suffered. The 5 of Cups just popped out. This is dealing with grief. They're looking back. The kids are dealing with, there's a lot of mental health, PTSD, trauma, allegedly, because of allegedly what happened to these actors. And I'm going to say, they're going to have to deal with this grief. this loss. The part of them that lost. It's going to take a while. In order for them to heal, they have to grieve what was lost. Here is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I see Nickelodeon is going to try and fight and try and continue remaining in control. They want to try and make things not look as bad as they were. But once again, here is the Fool once again, and she is still reversed. They're going to be reckless. Yep, and it's with the money. Here is the Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, which we've seen already. Here, over these cards, the kids are going to get security. They're going to get peace of mind. Some of them are. There's going to be money given to them. That money, financial reward. I see that. Maybe some of them have got it already. Maybe it's going to be kept under closed mouth. You know, Nickelodeon's kind of like paying people off. Yeah. I kind of wonder what's going to happen to Dan going forward. So I'm going to pull out the Letterman deck. You know me. This is a very unique deck that was created during the Victorian era when people were really into divination and using Ouija boards and pendulums and such. And they started creating devices and ways to divine. And you could read tea leaves, which is, you look for images in them, and these different images mean different things, just like the images in cards mean different things. That's why different decks I use, because I'm called, I just feel in tune, the imagery is going to give me the story. Because different decks, the same card can mean something different. Alright, so, the compass. Dan's looking for where to go. That's like, woohoo. He needs to stop and really think about what he's about to do. Okay. Let's see here. Whoop. That was a little messy. But I see this card popping out here. Alright, here's the cross. And the 36. This is suffering, burden, sometimes religion, but sacrifice. But he's going to have a rough time. The road ahead of him for him is he is going to be carrying a huge burden on him. I think that's good. His path, the path journey is suffering. Here is one. This is a messenger. There is, folks. This is one, 9 of Hearts. This is the House of Messages. This is the writer delivering news and messages. His suffering, because more and more are speaking out and delivering this message of what they've been through, and it's being reported. Yeah, it's going to make, he's not going to be able to be successful no matter how hard he tries right now. Trying to get back into the industry is the worst thing he could do. 25. He has been trying to get a contract right now. He's got, I think somebody, was saying, okay, we'll take you on. This is the Ace of Clubs. This is commitments. This is the ring. A lot of times dealing with contracts, or a promise, a commitment. I think he's kind of, I think, yeah, somebody's was willing to look over things and work with him. Here's 16, which is the Six of Hearts. This is the house of dreams and goals. All the suffering for him. It's going to bring hope to those who've been harmed. That's what the stars there. 20. I want you to look at this card, 20. And this is the Eight of Spades. This is a social event or networking. Many people are going to come forward. There's going to be like, there's probably going to be a TV documentary coming out soon on him. And it's going to just rip open this veil that has been covering him and keeping him safe from any kind of consequences for what he's done. It's gonna come forward. People are gonna realize that, hey, I'm not alone and I can come together. Here is 12. And these are the birdies. And it's the Seven of Diamonds. This is about, there's phone call, there's chattering. This is the gossip about him possibly having a contract. I think it's gonna not be as successful. He might end up getting dropped, might pull out of it because of this documentary that's coming out. The protesting coming forward. Families are going to be looking at things differently. This is the health. This is the hereditary. This is the long journey. The Seven of Hearts. They're going to be looking at how this has hurt the health, the mental health of everyone. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm feeling the okay. Okay, here's 22. This is like a crossroads. The Queen of Diamonds. There is options. To take. Somebody is going to want to stop it. This is what we have here, which is the 10. And 10, you see this is the Jack of Diamonds, the Scythe. This means a fast ending, damage control. There's going to be a sudden termination of his contract, I believe. Yeah, the documentary is going to, people coming forward, documentaries maybe. It's coming out, folks. It should be interesting. I want these kids to get justice. I want them to get some closure. And to know that we hear them and we believe them. And that's what we need to make sure these victims understand. We believe. You can come forward. You're not going to look bad. He is. And something that I learned from my own abuse, don't harm yourself. Don't punish yourself because of what others have done to you. Punish them. Go after them. Stop keeping it in and making excuses why, well, maybe this is my fault. Maybe I could have done something. All this you coulda, woulda, shoulda. No. This happened. You were taken advantage of. You were hurt. And it is not your fault. You need to stop thinking like that. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Well, that was a reading for sure, huh? Just want to thank everyone for being here. Please let me know if you like this video. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below. Let me know what else you want to have me do readings on. What are your favorite kinds of readings? I'd love to know. Yeah, so let me know. I love you guys so much. I'm so sick. I'm sure you could tell, but I just wanted to get this work out. I'm going to be gone later this coming week, and so I want to get stuff out here for y'all before I take off for a bit. So yeah, keep in mind, I love you. I'll see you guys later. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. I love you. Bye.